What's going on, everyone? My name is Sherwin and welcome to this side of my shed. And in this video, I would like to share with you from experience what I think the Tesla dealership is organized, or how it's organized, right? So this is nothing official. This is just based on the information that I've gathered from the many visits that I've done going through the service department, the sales department, and so on and so forth. Okay, so let's begin. We have two overall departments, right? We have the sales department and we have the service department. And so the sales department is pretty obvious. They're the ones handling anything to do with sales. These are the people that you're gonna be working with or dealing with during the process of purchasing your vehicle. Whether you purchase it online or at the dealership, the process is pretty much the same. They're just gonna go to a computer, order it from Tesla.com, just like you would at home. There's no pressure. That's why I like buying from Tesla and companies like Tesla, Lucid, Rivian, because you bypass that whole dealership experience. For the most part, from my understanding, there is no commission, so that's why they don't pressure you into buying. And also the car pretty much sells itself. I mean, at some point when you're there, you've almost made up your mind, usually. So at some point of the sales process, you will be assigned to a sales associate. If you buy at the dealership, then you will be assigned to a sales associate right away. But if you order online, when your delivery date gets closer and you choose the dealership you want to pick up your car for delivery, then they will choose an associate that'll be in charge of that part when it gets closer to your delivery date, right? So you will be assigned to a sales associate. When you take delivery of your car at the dealership, because you do have an option for them to deliver it at your home, if it's available. When you go to the dealership to pick up your car, there's a delivery team that pretty much takes care, like they have the porters, they have the valet, they have interior detailers, and they have the exterior washers, right? Because they're the ones in charge of making sure that when you take delivery, the car is in very good condition, it's clean, it's presentable, and so on and so forth, right? Unfortunately, that didn't happen with our Model X. So they have a delivery manager that manages those employees. And I've met that delivery manager because, again, our Model X was not in a condition that we expected it to be in. So sales associates also have a manager. And then above the delivery manager and the sales associate manager, we have the sales manager. Now, once you've taken delivery of the car, once you've pretty much signed and accepted all the agreements and stuff, you own the car. And at that point, this side, the sales department, won't even care. They don't care about you anymore. They've done their job, and anything else you need, if you try to contact them, they're gonna refer you to this side of the dealership. And so this side of the dealership is the service department. So once you take ownership of the car, these are the people you're gonna have to deal with. And so the service department has two areas, right? They call this area the front of house. So front of house is where your service advisors are. And so the service advisors are the people that you communicate with when you have issues with your car after taking delivery. So when you go through the app and schedule your service appointment, these are the people who are pretty much on the other side of that app having chats with you. They're going to determine the issues that you're having, whether or not it could be resolved through mobile, where they come out to you, or if you have to bring it in, or in some cases it's probably a known issue and they're working on a software update and it'll be delivered to your vehicle over the air, and you don't have to come to the service center. But if you have to bring it to the service center, you have your you have your service appointment, you arrive at the service center, the service advisors are the people that you're going to be meeting with, and they're pretty much going to go over and gather additional information, and they're going to determine whether or not they have a loaner for you, which from experience they never have, or they will assign you Uber credits. And so in California, where I'm at, that particular dealership, they usually give us a $100 credit every day. I've seen videos from other states that have mentioned they get less. I think $50. So I don't know. It varies from different locations, I guess. So, and then if they determine that the fix won't take that long, then they may not offer the Uber credits or loaner for sure. And then you just hang out at the waiting room. So those are the service advisors. Now they're gonna gather all of that information and pretty much pass it on to the technician, who belongs in what I call back of house, simply because the other side is front of house. Now again, these terms or names are probably inaccurate or incorrect, but this is just information that I've gathered from talking with the different employees. And yeah, so they're gonna hand off your pretty much your service ticket or invoice and give it to the technician. They're going to determine what kind of work is needed to address the issues, and pretty much that's it. Now, once the technicians have completed the work order, then they're going to notify the service advisor. And when the service advisor gets notified by the technician, then they're gonna pretty much deem it as complete and is ready for delivery. And so they're gonna contact us, the customers, the owners, and say, hey, come pick up your car. It's ready. Everything's been fixed, or we need to order more parts, blah, 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 this, and this. So that's the service advisor. Now, service advisors have a front of house manager. Technicians have service technician managers, or I guess back of house manager. I'm not really sure, but they have managers. So above these two managers, you have like the service department manager. And in the dealership I go to, there's only two high managers, right? You have the sales department manager and you have a service department manager. I asked if there was like a dealership manager that's above the sales department manager and the service department manager. Apparently there isn't, because above them is what they have a regional manager who oversees multiple dealerships and service centers. So there is no like overall dealership manager. There's two managers, one for sales and one for service. Then they go to regional. Now, I think an improvement that needs to happen on the service department side is there needs to be, this is going to sound funny and you may think it exists, but there needs to be like an inspection process or a quality control, quality assurance process after the work is completed. Maybe there is, or maybe there isn't. But in my case, in my previous video for the Model X service appointment, it wasn't. On multiple occasions on one visit, because they called me, I think 3 times. They called me back 3 times stating that the car is repaired and complete. And when I got there to pick it up, it wasn't. And on top of that, it had more issues than what I brought it originally. So I think the breakdown occurs between service advisor and technician, because when the technician completes the work order, they just notify the service advisor. Service advisor does not, again, based on my experience with this particular dealership, the service advisor does not inspect. They don't, have a checklist that they go through to ensure that the car is put back together or that the work order is actually complete. Now, on the invoice that they give you, it says that it's complete. It also says that there's additional parts that need to be delivered, and that's the information that the service advisor relays to the owners of the vehicle. But no inspections, no quality control occurs. So I think that is a huge improvement if they were to add that to this process. But it doesn't happen at the factory level, because many know that quality control for Tesla vehicles brand new is not great. So if it doesn't happen in the factory level, why should you expect it to happen in the service level? And that's part of the big problem is these cars are coming out broke or not perfect. What's a good word to use? They come out of the factory with problems, and I'm not saying all of them do, but the idea is it's okay because our service department is going to handle it. And in the past, with my Model 3 and my Model Ys, the two Model Ys we had, that was the case. We got pretty good service. From those past experience, I was confident, we were confident that we should buy the Model X, knowing that it's the most problematic car out of the whole lineup of Tesla. We bought it because we had great confidence in the service department based on the three previous, at that time we had two, basically the previous experiences we've had with the service center. And not just any service center, that same service center that I still go to now, we've had great experience with it. It just so happens it's a different car that we bought and didn't realize that the experience is so different with a different car. It's the same manufacturer, same dealership, but for whatever reason, when you bring in a Model X, that service center experience is different than bringing in my 3 or Y in the past. It could have changed overall. Maybe the service center experience has declined. But man, so why am I doing this video? I'm doing this video to just share with you, based on experience, what I guess makes up a Tesla dealership. And if you ever run into issues like mine or any other issues, that you are kind of familiar with the org chart of what happens in a Tesla dealership. For the most part, you're only gonna see the service advisor. You might see technicians, depending on the issues you're having with the car. They'll come out. The service advisor will bring a technician out, and maybe you can have a talk with them to better explain the issues that you're having. That has happened multiple times. That's why I've gotten to know some of the technicians. The multiple times I've been there, I've gotten to know, I think, pretty much all the service advisors there, or at least most of them. I met the managers, at least on this level. I mean, pretty much I've met everyone except this service department manager. Have not met her at all, but I have met this level manager. I've met the sales department manager. I think I met a handful of sales associates. But yeah, so this is the part. This is the part that needs a huge improvement. Service department, needs a huge improvement. I really hope that the previous visit that I had, where everything just collapsed, like the whole experience was just really horrible. I hope that they take that as an example, to coordinate with everybody here to improve the service for other people as well as me, because I have to go back. I have an appointment scheduled this month, later this month, to address the clicking noise. They found another issue, so I have to go back. But now, because I met the back of house manager or the service technician manager, now I'm just gonna go through him. I'm like bypassing what I'm supposed to do, because like this manager will be the one inspecting. In previous invoices, there was no line item that the car was inspected. Because I had so much problems on top of the original problems when I brought in the Model X, that when I spoke with the back of house manager, he added another line in the invoice that he personally would inspect it. I'm not saying to go out and just bypass their existing process, but man, is that what needs to happen? Like, I don't know. I don't like to call out people, and I don't think it's a people issue. I think it's a process issue that they have in place that needs to be adjusted, right? So adding that quality, it sounds crazy, but adding that inspection process or quality control process before delivering the vehicle back to the owner, I think is a huge step that is not existing. And if you go visit the service center, and I hate to recommend this, or not recommend, but I hate to suggest, but double check things and see if someone has inspected the work, because it didn't happen with mine, and that's why there's always an issue, and more issues than the original issues that I brought in. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to share the information that I've gathered. There'll be another video about my service center visit towards the end of the month. Stay tuned for that. I hope you found this video useful. I have my smart glasses on, so thank you for watching this video. Thank you for your time. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. If you like the video, please do like the video. And I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.